really getting into James Clear's work, Atomic Habits. It's pretty groundbreaking stuff on, behavior.
Hmm.
And our mission here, well, it's more than just a summary. We want to extract the real mechanics, the tools you can literally start using today. We're looking at this surprising idea that you don't actually need these huge, painful efforts to get big results.
Yeah.
That often just leads to burnout anyway, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the core of it. The really revolutionary idea here is that success isn't built on these one-off massive actions. It's all about the accumulated effect of, well, small changes, tiny habits. If you do them consistently, day after day, the impact over time is just huge, compounded. It's evolution, not revolution.
That's the famous 1% better idea, isn't it? And when you actually think about it, like compound interest for yourself, the math is kind of shocking. Getting just 1% better each day, maybe a skill or knowledge, by the end of the year, you're not just twice as good, you're almost 37 times better,
Yeah.
which looks like magic from the outside. But really, it's just the math of sticking with tiny habits.
Yeah, and what often gets missed, and this is really compelling about the framework, is the flip side. The danger of getting just 1% worse each day, letting a small bad habit creep in or letting a good one slide consistently. By the end of the year, you've basically achieved nothing. You're trending towards zero.
Wow.
So it really highlights that success isn't just about the big pushes, it's also about consistently avoiding that small compounding loss.
That definitely puts it into perspective. Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. Before we can even start building better habits, we need to understand how they work, right? The underlying system. How does something we do repeatedly become automatic? Something we don't even think about. Clear lays out this fundamental four-step loop.
Right. And this loop, it's like the blueprint for, well, almost everything we do, whether we realize it or not. Every habit, good or bad, follows these 4 stages. It kicks off with the cue, that's the trigger, could be anything, really something you see, a time of day, a feeling that tells your brain, okay, start this routine.
Okay, the cue. And step 2 is the craving.
Yes, the craving. And this is key. It's not usually a craving for the habit itself, but for the change in state the habit provides. It's the motivation, the desire driving it.
Got it. Motivation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then comes the response. That's the actual habit, the action you take or the thought you have. Could be simple, could be complex. And finally, you get the reward, the payoff, the satisfaction or benefit you get from the response. This satisfies that initial craving, and crucially, it tells your brain, hey, this loop worked, remember it for next time.
That makes a lot of sense. And the example used, the phone notification, really nails it down. The cue is the phone buzzing or lighting up. The craving isn't really, I want to pick up my phone. It's more like, I need to know what that is, that little hit of information or connection.
Yeah, that urge for novelty or relief from boredom.
Then the response is grabbing the phone, unlocking it, opening the app.
With physical action.
And the reward is that maybe fleeting satisfaction of seeing the message or scrolling. It scratches the itch.
Precisely. It closes the loop.
But hang on, a lot of time, isn't that craving sort of subconscious? If we're just running on autopilot, how do we even begin to mess with a cycle we're not consciously aware of?
That's a really good point, and that's why the first step, according to Clear, has to be awareness. He talks about doing a habit scorecard. You literally list out your daily actions, just observe yourself for a day or two, and then you mark them good habit, bad habit, neutral.
Ah, so you bring it out into the open first.
Exactly. You have to make the subconscious conscious before you can start tweaking those cues and rewards. Otherwise, yeah, you're just flying blind.
Okay, that makes sense. So once we understand the basic mechanics, then we can start thinking about engineering things. And that's where the 4 laws of behavior change come in, right? This is the practical roadmap.
Absolutely. This is the toolkit.
Yeah.
And the core idea behind these laws is super simple. Make good habits easy and attractive, and make bad habits difficult and unattractive.
Let's break those down. Maybe look at how you build a good habit first, using the laws.
Sounds good. So law 1 relates to the cue. To build a good habit, law 1 is make it obvious. The cue should be impossible to miss. Like you said, if you want to play guitar more, don't keep it in the case under the bed. Put it on a stand right where you see it all the time. Use the environment.
Okay, obvious cues. And the flip side for getting rid of a bad habit.
That's reverse law 1. Make it invisible. Remove the trigger. If the cue isn't there, the habit often doesn't even start. Distracted by your phone at work. Log out of social media. Maybe even put the phone in another room for certain periods. Snacking too much junk food. Don't buy it. Hide it. Make the cue disappear.
Right. Out of sight, out of mind, literally. And there's a tool here too, isn't there? Habit stacking.
Yes. Habit stacking is brilliant. You link a new habit you want to form with one you already do automatically. So instead of a vague goal like, I'll meditate more, you make it specific. After I pour my morning coffee, that's the existing habit, the cue. I will meditate for 1 minute, that's the new habit.
Ah, so the existing habit becomes the obvious cue for the new one. Clever.
Exactly. It piggybacks on existing neural pathways. Okay, moving on to the craving. For good habits, law 2 is make it attractive. We're more likely to do things we want to do, so you need to find ways to make the habit appealing, maybe associate it with pleasure.
How do you make something tedious, like, say, exercise, attractive, if you don't naturally enjoy it?
That's where temptation bundling comes in. You pair an action you want to do with an action you need to do. Like, you only allow yourself to watch your favorite Netflix show while you're on the treadmill, or listen to a specific podcast only when you're doing chores. You bundle the reward with the task.
Okay, bundling. Got it. So for breaking a bad habit, the reverse logic applies.
Precisely. Reverse law 2. Make it unattractive. You need to reframe how you think about the bad habit. Focus on the downsides, not the immediate gratification. So if you're trying to quit smoking, you consciously focus on the long-term health risks, the cost, the smell clinging to your clothes. You associate the act with negative feelings to weaken that craving.
You make the perceived benefit seem much smaller than the cost.
Yes. Now, the response phase. This really gets to the heart of the atomic idea. Law 3 is make it easy, reduce the friction. Make the desired habit so simple to start that it feels effortless. We often focus on efficiency, but Clear argues we should focus on convenience for good habits.
And he makes this distinction between motion and action, right?
Big time. Motion is planning, researching, strategizing, like researching the best running shoes. Action is actually doing the thing, like going for a run, even a short one. We often get stuck in motion because it feels productive, but it doesn't deliver results. The goal is to just start the action.
And the practical way to do that is the 2-minute rule.
Exactly. Scale down any new habit so that it takes less than 2 minutes to do. Want to read more. Habit becomes read 1 page. Want to exercise. Habit becomes put on my workout clothes.
Just start.
Just start. The idea is once you've started, inertia often carries you further. But the initial barrier is almost zero.
Okay. Makes sense. And for bad habits,
Yeah.
making it difficult.
Reverse law 3. Make it difficult. Introduce friction. Add steps between you and the bad habit. If you watch too much TV, maybe unplug it after each use, or take the batteries out of the remote and put them in another room. That little bit of effort needed can be enough to break the automatic pattern.
That moment of pause where you have to decide if it's worth the effort.
Exactly. Finally, the reward. To lock in good habits, law 4 is make it satisfying. This is crucial because many good habits have delayed rewards. You know, working out today doesn't make you fit today. So you need an immediate reward to tell your brain, yes, that was good, do it again.
And tracking habits works well here, like checking things off.
Yes, habit tracking is super effective. Seeing that visual proof of progress, like marking an X on a calendar, or seeing a streak in an app, provides immediate satisfaction. It's a small win that reinforces the behavior.
Got it. And for breaking bad habits, the reverse. Unsatisfying.
Reverse law 4. Make it unsatisfying. You want to associate the bad habit with an immediate negative consequence or discomfort. This could be something like an accountability partner you have to pay the money every time you slip up, or a habit contract with yourself. The point is to make the cost of the bad habit felt now, not just vaguely in the future.
Okay, so we've got the loop cue, craving, response, reward, and the 4 laws to manipulate each stage, both for building good habits and breaking bad ones. Make it obvious and visible, attractive, unattractive, easy, difficult, and satisfying.
That's the core toolkit.
But there's another layer to this, isn't there? Something deeper than just the actions themselves. Let's talk about identity. This part felt really foundational.
It really is. This is where Clear argues true, lasting change happens. It's the shift from focusing only on what you want to achieve, outcomes, to who you want to become, identity.
So most people set goals like, I want to lose 20 pounds or I want to write a book. That's outcome-based.
Right. And the problem is, those goals don't necessarily change the underlying beliefs that drive your behavior. Clear suggests focusing instead on identity-based goals. You start by asking, who is the type of person that could achieve the outcome I want? Then you focus on becoming that type of person.
So instead of, I want to run a marathon, it's, I want to become a runner. Instead of, I need to quit smoking, it's, I am a non-smoker.
Exactly. It reframes everything. Because once you adopt that identity, your habits start to align naturally. You're not forcing yourself against your identity. You're acting in accordance with it. When faced with a choice like snooze button versus getting up for a run, the question changes. It's not, do I feel like running? It becomes, what would a runner do?
And that links straight back to consistency, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you don't just decide I'm a runner and suddenly be one. That identity is built bit by bit.
Precisely. It's built through evidence. Every time you perform a habit aligned with that desired identity, even a tiny one, using the 2-minute rule, you're casting a vote for becoming that person.
So reading one page isn't just reading one page. It's a vote for I am a reader. Doing one push-up is a vote for I am someone who exercises.
Exactly. These small actions are proof points. They might seem insignificant alone, but they accumulate. And that consistent accumulation of proof is what ultimately shifts your self-image and makes the habit stick. That consistency is the real engine. Reading a little every day, saving a little every day, exercising a little every day, these combine over time to create those big results that seem so sudden to others.
Wow. Okay, this has been incredibly insightful and takes this huge topic of self-improvement and makes it feel much more manageable, much less intimidating. Let's just quickly recap the main takeaways for everyone listening. First, remember the power of 1%. Small steps, done consistently, lead to massive change. Forget the huge overhauls and watch out for the 1% decline too.
Don't underestimate the downside. Second, think about identity. Your habits shape who you are. Focus on becoming the type of person you want to be, and the habits will follow.
Right. Third, be an engineer of your own environment. Use those 4 laws. Make the good habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying.
And make the bad ones invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. Actively design your surroundings and routines for success.
And fourth, it all comes down to consistency. Focus on showing up, even in small ways, every day. Keep casting those votes for your desired identity.
Which brings us to, I think, a really provocative final thought from this work. If getting just 1% better daily leads to those huge results we talked about, then what does daily consistency in embodying your chosen identity mean for your future, say 5 years from now? If you truly start acting like the person you want to become today, asking what would they do, what results, what reality could you build that seems impossible right now?
That's a powerful question to leave people with. Really makes you think about the long game. Well, thank you for digging into these sources with us. Hopefully everyone listening feels ready to apply some of these atomic principles.